So that's the barber shop.
Yep, you're in the middle of the famous Penny Lane roundabout, which, if you're looking on the map for it, you'll see it called Smithdown Place.
Okay, and then...
It's not actually called Penny Lane.
So what are we looking at going this way?
Well, going this way, we have the barber shop, which was called Bioletti's back then, when John and Paul used to get their hair cut there.
Okay.
That building over there is the bank from the song.
Right.
And the reason Paul wrote about a banker with his motor car is in the 50s in Liverpool, virtually nobody had a car. The person who could afford a car was the bank manager. So if you imagine you're Paul McCartney standing here waiting for your bus in the cold and the rain, who do you hate the most? It's the bank manager who comes down to his bank, climbs into his car, it's nice, warm and dry, and goes home. So that's why you got the banker in there. Then as you move round, you can see this is really, really busy place, and this is quite quiet for Penny Lane, not in the rush hour. It's the centre of this whole community. So you've got Penny Lane, the road itself comes up there. Okay. You've got the Church of St Barnabas, where Paul sang in the church choir.
Really?
Yep. And then from your last verse in Penny Lane, you're behind the shelter in the middle of the roundabout. That's what this building is here.
Now that's called Sgt. Pepper's.
And that's where the Beatles got their inspiration for the album.
Was it actually called, or did they rename it?
I'm just telling you the fib. It just sounds like a good story.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, this was the waiting room. Originally, when there were trams in Liverpool, this is where you waited to get your tram. And then when the trams were replaced by the buses, this is where you waited to get your bus.
Oh, this was the shelter by the roundabout. So when the weather was bad...
Yeah, you had somewhere to be sheltered from.
I'll watch your back.
And this really, the whole part of Penny Lane is, when they're saying it's in their ears and in their eyes, this was the childhood for John, Paul and George. It all revolves around this roundabout. Because just off the roundabout up that way was Newcastle Road, which is where John first lived with his mum till he was about 5, before he went to Mendips. Dovedale School, where John and George went, is just over that way. And to get to school, John would come with Mimi on the bus to the Penny Lane roundabout, walk down Penny Lane, go to Dovedale School. When George was going to Dovedale, he would walk down Church Road, come through the Penny Lane roundabout, down Penny Lane and go to school and back.